you absolutely probably had no other choice but to engage the person because you don't know what's getting ready to happen at the time. So is it justified? I'm not going to go on record and say that it's justified, but what I will say, if the cop was in fear of his life or her life, then the shooting is justified. We can't go into that until we actually interview the person and see. But we do see that there's a mob, a violent mob of vicious people looking to cause damage and going into our most sacred ground of law in America and take over. This is stuff that we see in Venezuela. This is stuff that we see in the Philippines. We don't see this in America. So the Capitol Police, I believe at that instance, when they saw that they were being run over and they're there to protect and serve our most precious institution in America, that they had no other choice but to protect and serve. But again, I'm not going to go on record and say it's
Gotcha.
justified
It's
I
tough.
don't know.
Again, there'll be more facts that come out. I mean, this is the video of what was happening at the moment. Sergeant Dorsey, how do you see this one?
Yeah, listen, I mean, as a police officer myself, I have a determination about what barrier, what perimeter I will allow you to breach. And this young woman was coming through that glass, not knowing what she was going to do or what she may have had in her possession if she had been successful. And so I say that the shooting was justified.
Let me ask you another part of this that has come up in the discussion of people who have posted this and looked at it. The police are on the other side of the door as well, right? So you had the officers that were protecting the other side that the woman was climbing through the window trying to get to, but just behind her were a series of officers as well. And we see them in the video. We see them before the shooting. We see them after the shooting. Are you surprised that there wasn't coordination, or was how does one side take action, the other side's seemingly not taking action at that moment, Sergeant?
Well, if you have two different agencies and they're on different radio frequencies, they're not able to communicate with one another. And the vantage point from the officers on the interior may have been such that they didn't know that there was a uniformed presence on the outside. Surely, had they known, they would not have fired because actually those officers were in the direct crossfire situation and could themselves have been hit. So we now know that they had Molotov cocktails and other things that could have caused great bodily harm and or death had they been able to get into that inner room with those types of items.
All right, let's get to our next story tonight from WEWS in Cleveland.